you can add lace to anything and it'll look amazing. It's chilly in Canada right now, and I decided instead of making something light and summery, I'm going to put this gorgeous lace on a sweatshirt so I can keep warm. The lace I'm using is by Angela Wolf, called A Touch of Lace Collection 1. And if you look right on the package, you can see the one that I used, and I changed the colors. I do like the one on the package though, that's awesome. So the first part, we're gonna do our sleeve design. And I do have a proper sleeve hoop, but I thought I'd do it the other way today. So you have to take out the seam, and if you take your time and use a nice little seam ripper, you can get it done quite nicely and take it from like under the arm all the way to the end, and make sure you get rid of the extra thread. Now, once you have that done, we need to make some markings. Normally, I would use proper fabric markers that are air soluble or whatever, but it didn't show up very well on camera. So I am marking the center line with some messy chalk. Now, it's not perfect, but it still does the trick. Put on your cutaway stabilizer on the back, use a little bit of spray to hold it down, and then get hooping. And it's easy, if you have a better line than I do, it's easy to line everything up and make sure it's straight with those marks that you made. Hopefully, you know, chalk kind of wears off a little bit, but I still had a good crease so I could do it. Once you take it to your machine, I doubled it on the machine, I scanned the background fabric, and then I put everything together, and you can still see the line on it, so it worked out really well. And then I got stitching. These designs are amazing to watch stitch out. I changed the colors. The sweatshirt is kind of a faded black color, and I'm right into the blues today, or this week, or this month. I don't know what it is. But so I picked blue to go along with it, and I did a white, a light blue, and a dark blue, and I think it looks fantastic on the sweatshirt. So it is going to stitch out both of the designs because I put them together just to make it easier. These do fit in a 4x4 hoop, so you could hoop it more times. Now, once that's done, we still have our line. We need to hoop it again. Now, we already have the stabilizer on the back, so it's real easy to hoop it and line it up, keeping with the original lines that we have made. Now, the chalk is kind of smeary, but you can certainly see it pretty clearly. So that also makes hooping a little bit easier. So hoop it up and make sure you leave some of the design showing. And that is because we are going to use the camera to line everything up. And if you don't have some of the design in, it's not going to show up, and it's going to be harder to line up. With the camera, we're going to scan it. If you don't have a camera, you can use templates and position stickers to line everything up and have it ready to go. And that way, all you have to do is just line up the position stickers properly when you line it up with your needle when you take it to the machine. And that's cool too. But I'm going to take advantage of all this techie stuff I have with my Brother PR1000E. And notice here, I've scanned the background. I have left enough of the first motif or lace motif in there so I can easily line up the second one, second and third, or I guess third and fourth. Sorry, I can't count today. So that makes it a whole lot easier if you do it that way and leave a little bit. And you can see I have perfect positioning there. It's awesome. Now here I am on this one. I'm scanning it, and this is for the next set of motifs. I repeated it, I think 3 or 4 times. I got a little stuck when I was down by the wrist, but it'll still work. And once you have it scanned, then you can place it properly, make your adjustments. There's a lot of ways you can adjust it. You can change the angle and get stitching. And this one looks perfect again. I messed up a little bit on one of them, a little bit of spacing, but you know what? It doesn't show. Your eye is drawn to the beautiful colors and the beautiful circles and everything. Isn't that amazing? Oh, I'm so happy with it. Now we're going to do the monogram. And for the monogram, I set it all up and I just added a letter. And I'm going to use the Perfect Placement kit for the left chest placement, and I did print out a template for it because I like to do it that way. Now the angle's kind of funny, but it is positioned properly. Also, I'd like to point out that this sweatshirt is big on me, so I have to change the positioning. The size is a large, and women's large or men's large, I'm not really sure, but I know that it has to be in a little bit more because it doesn't fit me. So that's what I'm doing right there, is just making the adjustments so it sits in the perfect spot and not too far over. Now, once you get it correct, you just carefully slip the template underneath and get it in the right position. Then hold it down, it's all lined up, then hold it down and we're going to place our snowman sticker on it. So normally when I do the snowman, I fold the template in the right spots. I forgot to do that for this one, so I'm going to do it right now. It just makes it, for me, a whole lot easier to position them because then you can see where it goes. Don't push it down all the way until you get this part. It was slightly off, but I'm okay with that. I just left it. So let's, I just check placement there. Looks good. I just wanted to double check to make sure it's okay. Now we have to hoop it, which isn't going to be that difficult. This one happens to fit in my 4x4 hoop, so that's what I get. A square of cutaway underneath and put the bottom part of the hoop underneath. Where is it? There it is. There it is. There it is. A little slow in there. So a nice piece of cutaway. It's a pre-cut piece, which is super handy if you do a lot of front left chest designs on it. You don't have to cut anything or do anything. Now I can generally see where the hoop goes and I'm trying to center it, but I'm not wasting too much time because it is a snowman and the machine is going to set it up. Now I do run into a couple problems and I have to troubleshoot because yes, it fits into the 4x4 hoop, but it's a pretty tight fit. And so unless you hoop it perfectly, it's not going to work very well, but I'll show you guys that in a minute. So place it, do a test fit, make sure everything lines up. You can grab your template and double check everything. Here I am. I'm going to tighten up the screws a little bit because it's not quite tight enough. We did end up with a slight amount of hoop burn, but not very much. I'm countersinking it here and making sure everything's tight. Now let's take it to the machine and we're going to have the machine scan our snowman, which is my favorite part of like anything. I think it's awesome and it makes it so much easier, except on this one. And it is a problem because it is so closely fit into the 4x4. I was a millimeter off there and it didn't work. So I re-hooped again because I usually, if I can't get stuff to work, I will do it again in case I was slightly off. So I re-hooped it, made it a little bit better. I thought I didn't get out the template. I could have done that. And I scanned the snowman sticker again. Again, my favorite thing when it adjusts and moves everything. And I ended up doing worse. And it says that the pattern extends out of the area so it won't stitch. So I figured after 2 or 3 times, I did do it one more time. The problem was it fit too closely in. So I clicked it once on the size and just made it a hair smaller, and then I scanned it again, and that's how you troubleshoot that problem. If it's too close, you don't have any wiggle room to turn or do anything. So making it just 1 or 2 clicks smaller is going to do the trick, and it worked. So I'm happy with that. And now I'm going to stitch everything out and I am almost finished with my gorgeous sweatshirt. I'm so happy with it. There we are. Now we're going to get started. Oh, don't forget to remove the sticker. I've made that mistake before. Once that is finished stitching, all you have to do is trim your cutaway stabilizer on the back. Give it a little press. Maybe you need to steam a little bit. And of course, you have to take it to your sewing machine and sew up the sleeve. But once that's done, you have a gorgeous sweatshirt. I'm so happy with how this turned out. Comment below and let me know what you guys would put lace on. I also think this design would look amazing down the sides of jeans. It's really easy to do. So thanks everyone for watching. I hope you guys liked this video. I hope you guys will get experimenting with lace. My lace maker and Angela Wolf's lace designs are absolutely amazing. I have had so much fun in the last month. I will keep the projects coming. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, like and share, and keep watching all the videos and commenting for your chance to win in Need a Good Design collections. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!